the reading journal. There's so many books that I want to read and not enough time. Everyone, I look like this. I've just gotten up and had a shower. I'm gonna quickly blow dry my hair and then we'll have like a proper catch up and chat. But it is that time of the month where we do a big reset. I've done my sort of home reset for the month, so we have like a nice clean home. I do have some like organization and tidying to do, but we are at the end of the month and we've got some bookish things that we need to catch up on and prep for the start of March, the start of a new month. I can't believe that we are about to enter March together, but let's blow dry this hair very quickly and then let's have a proper chat. I made myself a matcha. I'm trying to like use up the last of the blueberry syrup that I have. It's been open for long enough, so we're having some blueberry matchas. It's pretty good. So obviously if we're doing an end of month reset, preparing for a new month, we always have our big deep clean and also our sort of bookish reset. I do the two together at the same time, but there's definitely nothing better than doing a full home deep clean and then having an everything shower and putting fresh bed sheets on and stuff. So that's how we're starting out this video. We're getting our physical space ready so then we can get our more mental, creative, crafty space, because I find I cannot be crafty or creative if my physical space is not tidy, because then my mental space is not tidy. Does that make sense? But anyways, as you saw this morning, we started out by having our everything shower, and just over a month ago I started using the rice water protein shampoo and conditioner bars from Kitsch. So I thought I'd give you guys an update on how I've been getting on with them, because I'm still using them like 2-3 times a week, and I do think they are making a difference to my hair. I'm honestly really happy with them. Just coming back from New York, I actually took them away with me. They were so easy to travel with because they're a solid, they're not a liquid, they're a shampoo and conditioning solid bar. I love the rice water protein shampoo and conditioning bars because they help to strengthen my hair, reduce breakage, and improve overall hair texture, which I think is the thing that I've noticed the most as someone who has quite frizzy, wavy hair naturally, and also overly moisturized hair. I found this has really rebalanced and helped with that. And if you're like me and you're into hair care and knowing what is good for your scalp and what isn't, you'll probably know that rice water protein is really good for regeneration of hair. So if you're looking to help prevent split ends or just strengthen your overall hair to aid in hair growth, this is perfect. This is essentially what you need. Like I said, they come in a solid form, and I actually use them in the little shampoo and conditioner bar bags to help them last a little bit longer. It also just helps with my lathering and keeping them nice and tidy in my shower. I have them in their little shower caddy. It's so cute, very aesthetic. And that's another thing I love about Kitsch, is even though they are focusing on the environment, they are very aesthetically cute. So if you're like me and you like your products to be practical and cute, they kind of do it all. They are free of phthalates, silicones, parabens, and sulfates. So not only are they good for the environment by reducing single-use plastic waste, but they are also great for your hair. This is actually what my hair looked like just before I started using them, and then this is it now a month later. And Kitsch did give me a discount code that you can use to save some money. With my discount, each bar is under $11 or under $21 for both the shampoo and conditioner set. There's also a subscription option for an even better discount, and they ship to the US and to over 90 countries internationally. So you can use my link in the description, or you can use my code Emmy to get 25% off your order. That will auto apply at checkout. And a massive thank you to Kitsch for working with me again. There is nothing that I love more than getting to work with brands that I actually use and love and trust, and Kitsch is one that I used pretty much every single day. So if you haven't checked them out or used them before, I would definitely recommend. But now I am feeling so much better that we are sort of started and ready for the day. We don't have too much on the agenda, but I have been filming some clips here and there all throughout the month. You may or may not have noticed a little addition to my face. That feels so weird to say. I literally had a dream the other night that I had my nose pierced on both sides, and I already have a double nose piercing here. I've got 2 nose rings on this side of my nose, but I literally just woke up and was like, I'm gonna go get my nose pierced today, I think. And I went for lunch with Kaylee Smith actually, and afterwards I just walked straight into a piercing studio and was like, can you guys pierce my nose? And they're like, sure. So I was in and out in like less than 10 minutes, and now I have this new nose piercing, but I can't put makeup on for like a couple days while that's sort of healing. And I just had this dream and I was like, why not? I love being an adult and having free will and deciding that I can literally do whatever I want. I feel like that's the motto of the year for me, to be honest, because I get so caught up on like, oh no, I shouldn't do this, or I should be doing this, or society says that I shouldn't be spending all my money on books. And I'm like, I can literally do whatever I want. If I want to spend my money on books and spend my free time reading, then why can't I? What's wrong with that? But anyways, I got a proof copy of Enchantra, which is book 2. The whole series is sort of interconnected spin-offs, but the first book was Phantasma, and this is following 2 different main characters from Phantasma. So if you've read Phantasma, you know who this is following. You can technically just pick up book 2 without having read book 1, I believe, but it would make more sense if you read Phantasma first. And apparently once we read book 2, it's quite obvious of who the characters that book 3 is going to focus on will be, so that's very, very exciting. Kaylee did sign this for me as well. My book actually arrived as I was heading out of the door to go meet her for lunch, so I brought it with me. But I do have to do my March TBR jar picking soon, and I would love to be able to get a prompt for this. But I also got a copy of Duskbound, which is Riftborn book number 2, and I did read Riftborn somewhat recently, so it would be good to be able to also pull this somewhat soon. But I have so many new books on my TBR and my bookcase, but things have changed a little bit. So I did vlog this after I got back from New York. We're going to jump back in time a little bit and we're going to reorganize my bookshelves and do like a mini book haul. But these are some new additions that I've gotten since, so I need to add them to my TBR cart. But let's update the TBR cart. Do we see the Leaning Tower of books right there? Yeah, let's go through. This is all the books that I got from New York, but also have just collected in the meantime since. We've got many books on here. Some are author mail, some are publisher mail, some are ARCs. A lot of publishers have my address, so they will just send me new releases. Other times they'll email me asking me if I want new releases before they come out. Some of these are pre-orders and new releases that I've been waiting to come. Some were gifts. So I actually have my ARC copy of Summer in the City here because I was comparing it to the final copy. This is a rom-com book by Alex Astor. It's her first adult book and it's outside of the fantasy genre. I read this in November. I really enjoyed it. I think if you like early 2000s nostalgic rom-com vibes, billionaire romance, it's a little bit ridiculous in the best way possible because it's literally a billionaire romance. It's set in New York City. New York feels like a character itself. This setting is like a big point of the plot. It's so fun. So fun. The first chapter in the first scene starts off with a bang. We do have a little bit of spice in this. I just think it was such a fun read, and if you like rom-com vibes and you like to read romance books, or you like me and you like to have them as palette cleanser reads in between fantasy reads, pre-order this. This is great. Beautiful edition. There's also a map in it. We don't really get maps in contemporary books, just fantasy, so love that. Can't wait to put that on my shelf. The next is some author mail. So this is The Lost Pendant by Susie J, and it says, Amara never expected to be a hero. At 17 she must journey to London to rescue her mother, retrieve a powerful jewel and save her kingdom from a rising darkness. There she meets Henry, a mysterious boy with secrets of his own. As they uncover ancient prophecies and awaken hidden powers, their bond is tested. Will they stand together or face each other as enemies in a battle for their survival? Full of magic, danger, and heart-stopping twists, The Lost Pendant is a must-read for fans of The Lord of the Rings and Percy Jackson. So that's fun. If you've seen my book shopping vlog video with the book besties in New York, Larry picked me up Binding 13, which was on my TBR for the month. This is like a special edition of the US covers, very different to the UK ones, but I don't own a single book in that series, so that's cute. And then she also got me Say You Swear because apparently I need to read that. She loves that and the main male character in that. She also annotated and read the favorites for me and gave me an annotated copy of it with her thoughts and feelings as she was reading it. No one has ever annotated a book for me before, so that was so special. Yeah. I also don't have a physical copy of this book, so now I do, and it's a special Larry edition. Bailey got me a copy of Nightfall because we all know that I've been trying to collect the indie cover versions of the Devil's Night series, so now I just need to get Hideaway and then I should have all 4 books in the series. But damn, they're big chunky books. Did not feel like that when I was flying through them on Kindle in like single sittings. This is book 3. I have not read book 1 or 2, but I own them and I actually ordered all 3 of them together to read, forgetting that this one hadn't been released at the time yet and was on pre-order, and completely forgot about it. So this was a surprise delivery that just showed up at my house that I forgot that I had paid for a while ago. But now I have all 3 books, so I can kind of binge them all back to back if I feel like them, or I might even use them as palette cleanser reads in between my fantasy books and series, because I believe this is like a comedy dark romance kind of vibes, like it's a rom-com about murderers or something like that. Deep End by Ali Hazelwood I want to read as soon as possible. I don't even think I'll put this on my bookshelf. I think I'll just literally put it down, and once I finish my current Kindle read, pick this up because everyone is talking about it. Everyone was loving the arcs. Everyone that I saw who got art copies of it was loving it, and then since it's come out, a lot of people have said not for me. But a lot of people who also didn't like Not in Love were saying no for this, but I enjoyed that. And I like Ali Hazelwood's books, so I kind of want to see where I stand or where I feel. But I think a lot of people were going into it expecting like a kinky fetish type of spicy book, and I don't think that's what it's going to be. I think it will be like that compared to other Ali Hazelwood books, but I don't think that's what this book will be. Does that make sense? I think I know Ali Hazelwood books and writing enough to know what to expect going into this, and a lot of the people who I've seen read and rate and not enjoy the other books haven't. So that's my thoughts. Guys, I got an arc of Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Anyways, Penguin sent me this. It's absolutely beautiful. With it, they also sent me a paperback version of Funny Story by Emily Henry, because the paperback is coming out very, very soon. And I have read Funny Story very recently, and now I can add the paperback to my collection because I don't collect hardcover versions of Emily Henry books. My March TBR jar pull is coming up soon. We may have to try and find a way to pick this because I want to read this ASAP. And then we have Lady of Shadows, book number 2, and Lady of Darkness and Lady of Ashes, which is book number 3. In my 24-hour readathon, I read book 1 and was in love with it, and then I read book 2 on my Kindle, and I went and ordered all of the rest of the books in the series. There are 5 books total, I believe, but only books 1 and 2 were published in the UK at the time, as the series is being traditionally republished. So books 3, 4 and 5 are being staggered throughout 2025. Book 3 just was published this week, so I now have book 3 to read. I am very, very, very excited for this. Wow, there's so many books that I want to read. There's so many books that I want to read and not enough time. Story of our lives, guys, isn't it? Yep. But I really want to read this, so I think I'm going to put this aside as well so I can read it as soon as possible. I am in the middle of filming like 2 different reading challenge vlogs where I have specific books picked by other people or prompts that I have to read, as well as like my actual TBR that we pulled together. And then I have these new releases, guys. I guess we'll find out and wait and see when I read them, but that's my priority. I also got First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. I have heard so much about this book, but I've not read anything by this author before, but I can't stop seeing it. The cover is absolutely so cute, but I've seen so many people whose reviews I love and trust read this book and love it, so I actually have no idea what it's about other than a radio host. He hosts a show about love or something, and he's fallen out of love with love. Our main female character gets the spotlight put on her on this radio show. That's actually really cute. Oh, how sweet. Okay, so many books I want to read. Okay, no, I'm not gonna panic. This last book though came as part of the She Made It book subscription. I think they do a bi-monthly, every other month they do a book subscription where you get a book in it and some bookish goodies. So we have this really cute reusable cup. I love reusable cups. Some little bookish goodies, more bookish prints and stuff, a little reading journal. But the main reason that I was sent this is because they asked if they could use my 5 stars as a feeling design for a tote bag in the box. I don't know when this video goes live if the boxes will still be available or if they'll be sold out, but I'll leave a link down below for you to check it out. I thought that's so cute to be able to get a little tote bag and a book and some little extra bookish goodies. How cute. Okay, I need to try and like put things away and reorganize my shelf, and I also need to eat. A little bit chaotic right now. I need some caffeine. That's what I need. Oh wait, actually, also just literally got back from New York and trying to get up to date with all my mail and packages and parcels and stuff. But Sonder is a Scottish candle company, and they sent me this beautiful candle. It smells so good, for my little bookish corner. So I'm gonna pop that there. And then they also, sent me some candlesticks. Look at these. So these are painted candlesticks. They have little hearts on them. No, that is absolutely gorgeous. I need to find my candlestick holders, but these will be used more as like little decorative bits to spruce up my little book corner and station. So that is so cute. So I'll also leave a link to these down below. Yeah, I'm gonna try and put everything away now and sort that. Yeah. I just finished like my last YouTube video in my watch later playlist, because I'll just like go through and add videos that I want to watch throughout the week to watch later, and then when I have time to watch them I'll just go through that. I'm up to date with all my YouTube videos and I can't be arsed like searching for new ones. I feel like I'm running out of creators to watch because so many people this year are uploading less because they're focusing on like quality rather than quantity, which is a slay. Can't relate, me over here with my 2 uploads a week. Feel like there's less to watch, so I need some new creators to like binge and devour. I think I might put on an audiobook, and my current read is City of Souls and Sinners. So just looked up on Spotify and there's an audiobook for it now. I love using Spotify for the 15 hours that you get each month to listen to audiobooks in like when I need to listen to a couple chapters, when I don't want to listen to the whole book or I'm not doing a read along, because as we know, I'm not really an audiobook girly, but I'm trying to get into it. I really am. But Spotify is good because if I'm like, oh, I have like an hour or 2 of things that I need to do, but I don't want to start a new book or pick up a new audiobook, I can just listen to my current read in audio for like a small section of it, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna play this, but I'm gonna make some soup because this is what I like to do at the end of the week and the end of the month, especially when I'm not feeling so great. Just sort of take all the leftover extra veggies and stuff and just make a nice brothy soup. And then I'm just cycling through doing rounds of laundry and like dishes and cleaning things up. So I'm gonna play the audiobook. And
at school the following day, the Wren detected a change.
Cool, 43% of the way through the book, so might listen to a couple chapters. The chapters are quite long. This is a long book on my Kindle. It's like 973 pages. So I want to try and get it finished today. The audiobook says I've got 19 hours left to do, but I can read that in a third of that time, let's be real. So I'm going to listen to the audiobook while I get some stuff done, and then we'll switch over to the physical book later, but that's the plan. I printed out these little things, but I meant to do them like a book, but I've done them the wrong way, so it opens up backwards. So next time I'll have to make sure to format it properly. But I thought that we could stick down on the page all my books flat like this next to each other so it doesn't take up too much room, and then I can open them up and write like my reviews and thoughts on them as like a little window. I don't know what the name is called, but I saw someone do it for like a junk journal and I thought that was really cute. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna like put the books down, and obviously like when the book journal is closed and like flat, it will like properly flatten the pieces of paper. But now I'm just gonna like place them and glue them. I could use double-sided tape, but I'm being lazy, so I'm just gonna glue them. But that's the current plan now, because these are all the books that I read in January. I realized that we're missing one book, and that is the favorites, so I need to like reprint that out later on. But I'm just gonna sit and write like my review, or like a couple words and my rating for each book on the books right now, and also do like a title page for it. So that's the current plan, and then I'm just going to go through the book and fill out the series that I completed, because I completed quite a few series in January, update my 25 books for 2025 because I've read a few more on here, and then start my February spread. So that's the plan. Okay, so I've been sat here for a while updating the reading journal. There's so much that I want to like go back and add. I think next month I want to go to like a craft store and pick up some stuff, some stickers, some supplies, scrapbook paper and stuff as well, because I want to try and do my monthly scrapbook this year again. So we literally just have the first page, and then I've added a little physical TBR bit there, which is like all the books on my physical TBR cart, to see how many of those I can tick off this year. So it's what I've sort of started the year with, and I ticked off the ones I've read so far. I updated my 25 books for 2025, and then I added more series that I'm in the middle of. The book series that I've fully completed, I've just gone in with like a highlighter horizontally, but I feel like this is going to be one of my most filled in spreads of the year, because I read and binge a lot of book series. So we've got a couple pages left for me to add those in, but I did add in a book club page. So I've just gone in with some of the like scrapbooking paper bits that I have as like a background border, and I'm going to print off photos of the books that we read each month, and then I can put the book and then my rating underneath it. So it's just like all the books that we read together in book club. So when I print off stuff next time, I'll have to add that in. But book one that we read in January was The Sword of Kaigan, and in February it's Legendborn. Don't know what we're going to be reading for the rest of the months, so that will be a fill-in as we go in, but at least now I have a page to fill that in, and I kind of like it. I don't know how it will look. It's probably going to be like super overwhelmingly junky. I added a little monthly tracker. I want to do more to it, but I don't know what, so I've kind of just left it for now. But I read 25 books in January, so if I can get each month just sort of put in how many books that I read in like a bar chart way. And then obviously we have my January spread, which has stayed the same, my January reads pages, and then obviously they flip out with my reviews and ratings and thoughts and stuff. So definitely gonna try and print it the right way round next month, but I mean it still works. I think it would look cute though if I can get some little stickers and stuff, but I just cut out some of the paper that I had for the title. It's not very good at all, but it was fun time, very therapeutic. Like I don't think I'm gonna have the most aesthetically beautiful perfect crafty thing, but it's just like a fun little way to switch off and kill time, and then get to listen to audiobooks on YouTube as well. I need to figure out what I want to do with this page. I'm not sure yet, but then we've got the start of the February spread, which I want to get some crafty bits so I can like finish it. Basically everything's kind of like half done because I'll add as I go. But I did my February TBR again. I didn't fully color in this time. I haven't done a rating key or anything for it. I just sort of color in the ones I have read. So I've got 2 books left to read this month. I've got Binding 13 and Vow of Deception. Oh, I need to highlight Nocticadia because I did read that. I need to get some more pens though, because my art markers and pens will bleed through this, so I'm just using the Tombow brush pens that I have, but I don't have great colors for them, very limited. Then we have our February reading tracker, so I've just added all the books that I've read so far. I completed my January TBR last month, and then I added a January reading tracker. Very simple, really nothing fancy or cute at all, but it's fun. I should probably do some research and look into what other people are doing for theirs. I know like junk journals are like a really big thing this year and last year as well, and I've seen some people do like a junk journal approach with their reading journal. I'm kind of just doing whatever I want. I actually have some book stickers that I got from publishers with like book mail and that I can add into these. But yeah, just finding ways to make it a little bit cuter, that would be fun. So yeah, I definitely need to go to a craft store and get some new supplies. It's fun to track all the books I'm reading and see. My Feb spread for the month will go on this next page, once I have finished all my reads for this month. But we have added in a couple more trackers and page than we did when we first started it up. So it's making progress very slowly, and it's very satisfying to be able to tick things off and visually see things. I'm currently like 70% of the way through City of Souls and Sinners. Just been listening to that on audiobook for the last couple hours. To be honest, time flies by. It takes ages to do like the most minimal things in this, but again, very fun. And I have literally nothing and no plans today except for just to read and journal and scrapbook and do whatever I want. So that's what we're doing. I think I've only read 12 books this month so far. I've been very busy and also not well since I got back from New York, so we're definitely not going to be reading like 25 books how we did last month, but if we can maybe, I think we could maybe get to like 15 or so. That would be pretty good. Like my reading goal for this year is to read 150 books, and I'm well ahead of being on track for that. I don't really care too much about reading a specific number of books, just reading book series that I'm really excited about, and like the quality of books, were they really fun. I want to finish off series that I'm in the middle of. That's sort of my priority and goal, reading my physical TBR. So instead of being like, oh, I need to read X amount each month, I just want to try and read as much of my physical and want to read TBR. I want to complete series that I'm in the middle of, and I want to have a fun time reading. So that's all that really matters to me. But this is going to be a fun one to fill in. I really like this one. I do like that scrapbook look. Anyways, so it's a little bit later now, and I have like 200 pages of City of Souls and Sinners to finish, and then I'm either going to start my book club read and get that read, or I might just jump into book 3. But like either way, I think I want to binge book 3 after I finish book 2, because there's just so much that happens in these books. It's an urban fantasy. I read the first book in my 24-hour readathon, this one here. There's not too much that I can say about this without spoilers for book 1. It's continuing on from book 1, and a lot has happened, but I've heard that like book 3 is the best, so I'm really excited to get into book 3, an incomplete series. Book 4 is coming soon this year. There's going to be more than 4 books in this series, but like I said, it's an urban fantasy. There's a lot of characters, a lot of side characters, a lot of different politics in this world with different like groups and gangs, and it's hard to explain if you haven't read the book, but I just know that things are about to go crazy, so I'm going to be locked in. I've got brown noise on in my headphones so that I can just sit in one single sitting and finish this book. I love this series. I love these characters. I love reading. But yeah, let's read. So we are back to present day, and I actually did finish City of Souls and Sinners. I really enjoyed it so far. The books have been like 4 to 4.75 star reads for me. I'm actually starting book 3. I did read my book club book in between the 2 of these, but you can see how thick and chunky it is. When you're reading it on the Kindle, you forget how big and massive these books are, and the font in these is tiny too. So I do really love this series. I do think it is going to be a favorite, and all I have heard is how amazing book 3 is. And there's a character that we sort of are hinted at in book 2 that I know is going to be the main character in book 3, and I'm very excited to find out more about them and that storyline and how that's going to develop. So I'm going to spend the rest of my evening picking this book up now and reading, well, not this one, the 3rd book, which is also just as chunky as this. And I think that brings us to the end of this vlog. So thank you so much for spending another little bookish day here with me. If you've made it all the way to the end of this video, comment down below a star emoji, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.